everybody, welcome to Wednesday's live stream. I am on quite a bit earlier today. I'll explain that reasoning in a little bit. Let me just pull chat up here, get some stuff ready, wait for everybody to join. If you're watching the playback, this is a live stream, so I will be talking to real people. The live stream playback chat will be available. There'll be a button down below. And we're going to spend the first few minutes saying hi to everybody, so feel free to skip ahead to where we begin. Well, you two are never in here until I live stream, are you? Silly kitties. Hi, Kenny. Thanks for joining. Ooh, Crust, are you baking a pie? Hi, Zucchini Kitty. Hi, Nia. So I'm on early today. My mom has two of my nieces, so they're going to come over around lunchtime. So figured I'd stream a little bit early, that way we could still stream the full 2 hours. So unfortunately, my mom is going to get an x-ray done today for her shoulder, which has been bugging her. Hi, Star! I'm in Canada, so we actually already had our Thanksgiving, but happy early Thanksgiving to everybody in the US. I guess that'd be tomorrow. Oh, that's exciting. I have to admit, I'm a little jealous. I wouldn't mind having 2 Thanksgivings. My family should start celebrating the American Thanksgiving too. So how is everybody today? I do apologize if my voice is going to crack. It always tends to bother me in the morning. The perks of being a non-smoker now. Hi Judy, thanks for joining. So we're going to continue in Hanna Karlzon's Daydreams. And we've got quite a lot done on this page. So far we've done this on 2 streams. I'm very excited to see how this turns out. Hi Robin! I seen you over on Dee Dee's stream. I was going to say hi, but I've been kind of running around my house all morning. Didn't really have much time to chat. Hi Elizabeth! I hope everybody's doing well today. So I'm just going to pick out my flower colors again here. We'll finish these flowers and then we'll see what else we'll tackle. We could maybe start a little bit on the water, or we'll have to see at the time. Kind of figure it out. Hi Starbuck. Oh, that's good to know. Karen, I'll add you into my cheat book because I have the memory of a goldfish. Actually, for some reason, I thought I had your name in already. Maybe not. I think I've just seen it in around streams. I'm pretty good today, Robin. My mum is bringing my nieces over around lunchtime, so that's why we're streaming early today, and I'm super excited. I have 3 sets of nieces. 2 I don't really get to see because their dad has custody and his girlfriend is kind of a B-word, so yeah, she runs the show there, so unfortunately my family doesn't really get to see them anymore, which is unfortunate, but can't really change anything. And then my sister has another 2 with her husband now, and they're super sweet, but they're 9 hours away. I get to see them around Christmas time. And the 2 that my mom is bringing over today is actually my brother-in-law's and old best friends girls, and oh, they are just the sweetest little things. I'm so excited to see them. Oh no, Kenny. What are you making? Oh, hi, Charlotte. I missed you. Chat went a little too fast there. Thanks, Robin. I hope you're doing well today, too. So just gonna zoom in here so you can see these flowers. Good morning, Selena. Hope you're doing well today. Thanks for joining. I made my tea like half an hour before hopping on, so of course it's already starting to get cold. So I'm going to jump on in with the mulberry, and if you've been following along with this page, that's what we're using for our shadows, but we're not using too much of it. Just adding a little bit of shadow and then fading it out. I don't want these flowers to be very dark. So we're going to add a shadow pretty much everywhere that the flowers come out from behind the other petals. Flowers, it's one flower. We're going to add a shadow where the petals come out from behind each other. And then I'm also just going to add a little bit of a line following these lines on the flowers that Hannah's drawn. Again, this one here, it's a little bit hard to see, but I came in with a pigment liner and I kind of drew in the tip of these 2 petals, or 3 petals here, over the wings because I want the wings to look translucent. So we're going to color everything underneath them, and then we'll probably use acrylic paint watered down over top of them to give them a little bit of a bluish color. And I think it's going to look really pretty, and then we'll probably go over top of that with Winkastella. Just for Jody. Gotta have I'm kind of turning into Jody here. I'm starting to need a little bit of glitter on every page. She's either a bad influence or a good influence. I'm not sure yet. Hi, Jody. I was just talking about you. Hi, sweetheart. I hope you're doing well today. Nothing bad, of course. Just talking about your love of glitter and how you're rubbing off on me. I'm starting to need to add glitter to every page, otherwise it doesn't feel complete. Dorothy. I'm doing very good, sweetheart. Thank you. Hope you're doing well too. It's pretty exciting. Happy early Thanksgiving to everybody celebrating it today. Elizabeth, I have the 80 set of animation markers. They also have them listed as kind of like manga, and I've seen them listed under a few different names. And then of course the Touch 5 and the Touch New markers I believe are also the same thing. They've just made different names for them for some reason, but I've heard they're the same. But yeah, you could go with animation or manga or character. Anything that kind of suggests that it's towards people. That's always nice, Jody. I hope you feel better then. It sounds like you might have something going on. Yep, no problem, Elizabeth. You can also get them on various sites. I think I got mine on Amazon because I didn't want to wait. But you could get them on wish.com, you could get them on AliExpress, eBay. Of course, you're going to be waiting a little bit longer though if you get them on any of those sites, but okay, so from there, now that we've got all the shadows in, I'm going to come in with the hot pink. I'm going to blend this in over top of the mulberry. I'm not going to bring it out very much. I'm just going to fade it out. I don't want too much of this color because I want the flowers to be lighter. Hi, Star Child. Unless I said hi to you before. I don't think I did. Happy early Thanksgiving to you too. So another thing with the hot pink, anywhere that we have these little folded bits of the flower, I'm going to come and shade in a little bit underneath, and then also on the side, the bottom side of where it flips in. Okay. Again, back to that memory of a goldfish. Again, I'm going to color in over top of the wings of the dragonfly, but nowhere else. So not on his body or his head, just the wings, which are going to be translucent. And then after that, we're switching to blush pink. We're going to use this to kind of blend everything out, and we're going to bring it out close to the tips of each petal and then fade it out where we want to fade it into white. And a lot of these more centered flower, or I keep wanting to call them flowers, these more centered petals here might not be able to get much white in there, but it'll still add some interest having some darker petals and some lighter petals. I'm also going to pop this in just kind of over top of the hot pink and bring it out a little bit on these folded petals. Okay, and after we're done that, we're going to grab our white, which I'm not too sure where mine is actually. It's okay, Kenny, look away. Okay, put it back yesterday. It's getting pretty little. Oops. Don't run away. Okay, so with our white, we're going to make sure it's clean first. Hi, Kimmy. Hi, Katrina. Thanks for joining, ladies. Aw, thanks, Robin. Yes, a thumbs up would be awesome, guys. Thank you. Oh, no problem, Charlotte. I know there's quite a few people who follow along, so I always like to explain myself. Plus, I feel like if I start not explaining myself and just coloring pictures for fun, I get out of the habit of explaining myself when I'm actually doing tutorials, so yeah, might as well just stick to it. Next, we're going to come in with the white. I'm going to focus this on the tips of the flowers and then blend it in a little bit. But for the most part, it's just going to be at the tips. It's going to really, sorry, it's going to really add a softened look to the ends of the flowers. Petals, oh my goodness. Oh, that's awesome, Kimmy. I only have 2 of her books because to be honest, her work kind of intimidates me quite a bit. All the patterns and stuff, I'm never really like sure how to color it. I like ones like these that are just more simplistic. But there's definitely a few of her books that I do plan on getting in the future if I ever start coloring in her books more than I do now. do pretty good, Jody. And even if you don't explain very well, it's still nice to listen because your accent is amazing. Okay, I think I got all these petals in here. I have to say Daydreams is probably my favorite too. Summer Nights is a close second. Those are the two that I have. And then one that I plan on getting, I think, is the jewelry box one. And I think there's one other one of hers that I want to, but I can't remember the name of it. Oh, hi, May. I hope you're doing well today, beautiful lady. Am I missing a color here? I think I am. Yes, there we go. Okay, now for the center of the flower. I'm just going to zoom in as close as I can here. So I'm going to take my black cherry and using a very heavy hand, anywhere in here where it kind of looks like it's kind of like really far back, I'm just going to pop this in and color it in. So all of these bigger spaces that don't look like these squiggly things, I'm going to color those in. And then from there, I'm going to add a little tiny bit of this at the tips of these little squiggly things. Not pressing quite as firmly, just enough to get the color in there. Oh no, had. What happened to it, Jody? Maybe it's Magical Dawn. I can't remember. I'd have to look through flip-throughs. I always decide on flip-throughs whether I want to get a book or not. So next I'm going to come in with the pomegranate, and with a fairly heavy hand at first, I'm going to come in at the bottoms of these little swirly things, and then I'm going to fade it upwards, just to about the tips of the, I don't know what these are called, I really don't. It's just up to about the tips, and then we're going to fade it out and go in with our white, because I want the tips of these to be very light, so that way they stand out. They kind of remind me of worms, actually. Just really pretty ones. Hi, Erica. Thanks for joining. Oh, so you technically still have it. You just can't color in it anymore. Oh, wow, Robin. Yeah, you've definitely colored more than I have in her books then. I maybe have like 10 pages finished. It's just a rough estimate, though. Jody, I think I've described my coloring style quite a bit in my videos, and that is lazy. I have a very lazy coloring style. It's pretty, I'll give it that, but it is a little bit lazy. Especially compared to, like, I watch Chris Chang's video, I think that's her name, Chris Chang, and yeah, I watch how much she blends and stuff, and then I'll follow along with Shine Bright Design and stuff, and it just takes so long, and I'm like, it takes a lot to follow along to their tutorials, and then I realize that I'm very lazy. So now coming in with the white, I'm going to pop this in at the tops, blend it in a little bit with the pomegranate. just kind of gives it just this little bit of a pink fade from the pomegranate to the white, so it's not super harsh. Okay, and then once we got that done, we're going to come in with a Posca pen, and I finally opened up my new one, so I'm not sure which one I want. I think I want my old one. Kimmy, I'm using the Prismacolor Premier pencils. Okay, so with my Posca pen, I'm going to come in and put a little bit of a white highlight around each of the white bits. So I'm not going to bring it all the way down, I'm just going to outline the areas that I left white. So I've done that, I'm also going to come in and just add a little bit of white dots to the center. And then a little bit on some of these flower petals too. Not on every single one, but I'm just going to kind of randomly place them. Thanks, Kimmy. Erica, I'm coloring in Hanna Karlzon's Daydreams. Is there a name for the newest one yet, Robin? Okay, we only have one more flower to go, so we're going to follow the same steps that we have on all of the flowers. So right now I'm using the mulberry. Thanks, Karen. Felt like it kind of added a little bit of extra interest to the centers of the flowers and kind of draws your eyes to them. So this is kind of, I want the flowers to be the main focal point, so the place that your eyes are drawn to first, but then I want to add enough interest to everything else as well that your eyes just kind of wander through the page. I've been playing around a lot with finding focal points and how to make things stand out. I love how you said that, Jody. You are so right. Oh, I think I missed. Oh, soulmates. That's cool. Huh. Interesting. I wonder why. Yeah, they kind of scare me too, Kimmy, but for the most part, if you're going over colored pencil, I'm going in with the hot pink now, if you don't like it, you can usually scratch it off, or at the very least, you can usually color over it, so it's not too bad. With a white Posca anyways, any kind of light colored, anything dark, I'm always a little bit worried of too, but usually lighter colors are a little bit easy to fix if it doesn't turn out the way you want it. Okay, next picking up the blush pink. Again, I'm going to use this to kind of burnish everything, blend everything together, and then we'll fade it out towards the tips of the petals. Okay, I think I saved it. Sorry, guys. Are we back? I think we're back. Let me know if it's working on your end. It seems to be working on my other phone. Okay, perfect. My internet has this thing where sometimes it just cuts out. It hasn't done it in a long time, but thankfully it actually started up on its own. I was worried I'd have to disconnect it and wait 5 minutes to reset it again, but thankfully it's being nice today. Okay. So, where did we leave off? I think I just finished. Oh my goodness. Hold on 1 second. That must be my light. Or, hold on, 2 minutes, guys. What did you do? That is crazy. Okay, there we go. It's strange. I thought maybe my light bulb died. My light just turned off, but my Scentsy was still going. I don't know what the hell he's doing downstairs, but he's messing with stuff.
Yeah, he turned off the light.
Might be the same reason the internet stopped.
Yeah.
Okay, so lastly, for colored pencil anyways, we're going to come in with our white, and we're going to touch that in on the tips of these petals. Are you having fun helping Daddy? Are you being a handyman?
Yeah, we take turns.
Oh, you're taking turns? That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Okay, and then very lastly, we'll come in with our Posca pen again and add some little white dots. Okay. Thanks, Charlotte. He is very sweet and he is absolutely loving helping his dad right now. I don't exactly know what they're doing. They're obviously messing around with things downstairs, but sounds like they're having fun at least. Just gonna file my thumbnail here. I broke my nail. Or not really broke it, but I chipped it. Okay. Sorry, Kitty's on the shelf now. So she might move the camera around a little bit. So just because I just put Posca here, I don't really want to be working over the page. So we're just going to start working on this lily pad here. Oh, and phone was in top chat, so apologies if I missed anything. So our colors for the lily pads were sepia, marine green, and lime peel. So in the same kind of style or same way we did it last time, I'm going to come in with the sepia in around the edges, just kind of darken up those shadows. So I'll go really, really dark at the end, and then I'm going to fade it out a little bit towards the lighter areas. I'm also going to just lightly come in around these flower petals and just create a little bit of a shadow underneath them. Oh, is it acting up again? Seems to be working okay for me. Is it acting up for anybody else? It is a little bit pixely, I can see that. Maybe try changing your quality, hun. Okay. It is coming out a little bit pixely on my camera, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, it might be. I know YouTube was giving Sammy issues when she was doing her coloring book haul or video. So it might just be doing that same thing, probably because touch the white, probably because it sees the bottom of the page. So coming in with the marine green now, we'll finish off this lily pad, and then let's see if I move it down a little bit. Let's see if that helps. So I'm coming in with the marine green. I'm going in over top of the sepia, and I'm going to bring this out and just start fading it out pretty quick. I'm going to keep coloring, but just with a lighter pressure towards the center area. Pretty much going to go over the whole thing. Just putting in a little touch of that green in there. And then I'm going to go in with the lime peel. Not really firm pressure, just lightly putting it in there. And I'm going to bring it up a little bit into the marine green. Yeah, I think that helped. I think it was just for some reason the way that the page was laying, which is really strange, but okay, next we're going to move up to this one here. I'm going to do the same thing going in with my sepia, and we'll just block this in near the shadows and then fade it out. I can't believe it's only been 40 minutes. It feels a lot longer than that. You are probably right, Jody. Again, same thing, coming in lightly with the sepia. I'm just going to touch a little bit of shadows in around these petals. A little bit of a darker shadow in where it's darker. Hi, Connie. I hope you're doing good today. So from there, again, we're going to grab our marine green. And then we're just going to bring this out from where we put the sepia. Same thing on this side, just bring it out, lighten up our pressure as we get to the highlighted area, which I'm still just going to very, very lightly go over with this color. And then we'll switch to the lime peel. And just lightly place that in over top. Welcome back, Robin. Okay, one more lily pad to go. We're gonna have to zoom out for this one. Oh, 2 seconds, just need to check this notification. Okay, nothing important. We might have. Let me scroll up and see. Yeah, I think she popped off to do something. Thanks, Karen. I hope you have a wonderful weekend too, hun. Okay, so last lily pad, and we're gonna go in with the sepia. Same thing, we're just placing this in all around, also around these petals, and then fading it out. I think I want this lily pad to be fairly light, so we're not going to put too much shadow in it. Oh, welcome back, May. Baby girl, your nose is stuffy, isn't it? Also going to come in on the inside of the lily pad in the very center to create a little bit of a shadow, as if the center is kind of pushed back a little bit. Same thing, I'm going to go really firm on either side of the center line, and then I'm going to fade it out. Carbon, what do you have? Do you have the alien finder? Hubby's doing some stuff downstairs, so he's got his stud finder. We always call it the alien finder. He's trying to find aliens in the walls.
No true gyre in a wall.
I do.
Nope.
Oh, that. Okay, that's not the alien finder. Well, kind of is, yeah. It could be.
No.
Not the one I was talking about, though. That's the one, it tells you if there's electricity in the outlets, doesn't it?
Yeah, electricity in an outlet.
That's right.
And I'm trying to let electricity in your mouth.
Okay, go ahead and check.
No electricity. No electricity.
Oh, that's funny, May.
What happened? No electricity. Now in the bathroom. No electricity. Now in my room.
Thanks, Robin. Yeah, he's pretty sweet. Having a blast. He loves when he gets to play with Daddy's tools. He's definitely a man's man, that one. I think that's about all I'm going to add for shadows. Kitty's again, the camera might wiggle. You're getting big. Holy moly. You gotta either sit still or lay down there, lady. He is so excited, although you can tell he's a little bit biased. He thought it was Charlie and Emmy coming over, my sister's kids. He's still happy that he gets to see Maria and Nikki, but he would rather it be Charlie and Emmy, I think. Coming in with the marine green now.
Yeah, my cousin coming over to play with me.
That's right. Which ones? Which cousins? Do you remember?
I remember the little one.
And what's the little one's name?
She named me.
Nikki. What's the big one's name?
I don't know.
I can tell which one's your favorite, huh? Maria.
Maria. I don't even like that name.
He is picky. Which is funny too, though, because Maria and Charlie are the two oldest girls, and Charlie is the one that he seems to like more out of the two of them. Maria is a little bit shy, though, so that might be why. But him and Charlie butt heads all the time. They fight constantly. He is an only child, and she bosses her little sister around, so she feels like she's an only child.
Yeah, and I don't worry my Emmy because she's a little tiny girl, so I don't.
Emmy's little, isn't she?
Yeah, so I don't sort of. I play with Emmy.
Oh, hi, Nick and Tina. For joining. So I'm just going to kind of lightly bring this color in all around. And again, I want this lily pad to be pretty light, so I'm not going to bring any of these darker colors out too much. Oh, well, I'm glad you guys get a kick out of him. He's usually polite for the most part. He's been a little bit forgetful of his manners lately, but overall, he's been pretty good. Okay, next going in with the lime peel. Now we usually don't use a really firm pressure with this one, but since I want this lily pad to be really light, what I'm going to do is I am going to use quite a firm pressure coming out from the shadows, but as we get into the highlighted area, so about right here, I'm going to lighten it up. And this is just going to make this lily pad look a little bit different from the rest, but not too different of course because they all have the same colors. But this one is going to kind of stand out a little bit more. Oh, hi Debbie! Thanks for joining, sweetheart. Hope you're doing well today. Thanks, Jody. There's one side done. I'm excited to start on this water. I'm not really sure what color I want the dragonflies to be. I was actually thinking about making them a metallic gold color, using my watercolors on them, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Depends on if we want the dragonflies to stand out a little bit or blend in. Hey, baby boy. What's up? Are you all wet again? Oh, you're so cuddly right now. Oh, purple would be pretty. Robin, what's a community page? I don't think I even know what that is. What are you after, big guy? You have food. What do you want? Can you have a seat? Oh, you think so, eh? Oh, you're just gonna come and put your butt in the camera, huh? Really? Really? Apparently the stream has been hijacked. It's okay, because we need to pick out colors for our water anyways. You are going to be moving though, you know that, right? You can't stay there. Oops, no, what did I do? You should have laid the other way so they could see your head. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, Robin, I'm so sorry. Apparently I did do something. No. Oh, my goodness. Can I fix that? I don't think I can. Robin, I'm so sorry. Guys, is there a way that I can fix that? Does she have to wait the whole 300 seconds, or can she come back? Hi, Candy. Oh no. It's like, how many minutes is that? It's a lot, isn't it? I'm really bad at math. Can she still hear me? Oh, I feel bad. The chat popped up on my phone right when I was zooming out, and of course I clicked something. Hi, Yvonne. Oh, okay. I'm just reading up here. Missed a little bit when I was freaking out. Jody, I have no idea. Cats are super weird like that. Lilo does it too. Okay, well, while we wait for Miss Robin's timeout to end, I have to grab the chart for the Neo colors. Don't you attack that, sir. Bad kitty. If you lay there, I get to put things on you.
Is he allowed to play this?
Play what? Sorry, 2 seconds, guys. What is it? No, he's not.
Oh no!
I told you, you're not playing Roblox anymore because you play really
I am
violent
not
games.
playing Johnny. I don't
Yeah, well
know.
that's the thing, I can't control what you play with that app. So you have all those other games you can play, you're not playing that one. Sorry, dude. Yeah, stop trying to call your dad.
Dirt.
Yeah, I know. Say
So
it again, nobody's your phone.
really showing dirt. So how are we?
You don't need to delete it, it's not going to show up on his apps. Go into kids mode. You can have access to anything on there, but that's it. Oh, what do you need to say?
I will run, I will climb, I will soar. I'm undefeated. Oh.
Sorry, guys. Figure it out. Okay. It must be like a trust thing. I think by showing you their butts, they're telling you that they trust you, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so do we want to go with a greeny blue water or a really blue water? Welcome back, Erica. Oh, I bet Yvonne. That would be nice. Okay, that's what I'm kind of leaning towards too, May. Because I am really loving this one right here. And the jade green would be pretty as well. So I think I want the water to be fairly dark. The jade green will be our lightest color, I think. We might change it up later. That's the great thing about watercolors. You can always add to it. So I'm going to grab out the malachite green. And I want the Prussian blue. Definitely, oh, cobalt blue. Got a little bit on there already. And the jade green. Are you ready to move yet? Mr. Stitch. I'm so sorry, Robin. I am glad you're back. That is Stitch. I'm going to have to be careful of that in the future. I've only ever had that happen once. Thankfully, all I did was delete a message, but I definitely did not mean to put you on timeout. But anyways, you were saying something about a community page. What exactly is that? I'm a little bit curious. I think I timed you out before I got an answer. Oh, that's cool. Is that little option now that when you go to like live or upload a video or anything, it says post? Mr. Stitch. I can move my camera here just a minute. So you got him laying there. He's just a lazy bum today. And then we got Miss Lilo here. So I got both my little fur kids. And they're both being lazy. She's the good one though. She stays out of the camera for the most part. Stitch doesn't mind the camera, so he usually doesn't worry about it. You gotta move, little buddy. I'm sorry. Come here. I know. Mwah. Super sweet. Why don't you have lay down in your chair? There. Feel comfy? Good boy. Lilo or Stitch, Connie? Okay, well, yeah, I'll definitely be setting that up, Robin. Thanks for letting me know. That's pretty cool. I don't think he'll be coming back. Yeah, move you guys again. He's relaxing in his chair. He's got his own chair in here. So I don't think he'll come back. Well, he might. He likes to be a nuisance sometimes, so it wouldn't really surprise me. Oh, that's funny, because who is it? Kate has a cat named Stitch too. It's a pretty common cat name. Just trying to find my the piece of paper that I always use to clean my water brushes off on. I don't know where I put it. I'd have to start a new one, unless it's in here. Nope. Well, let's start a new one. Thanks, Yvonne. Oh, yeah, mine's still a young one. He'll be 2 in July, I think. Or is it June? No, I think Lilo was born on June 5th. And Stitch was born on July 10th, I think. No, maybe not. Maybe it's the other way around. I can't remember. Lilo's older, though. Oh, that is an awesome name. I love that. You got this, Robin. It'll be fine. I have to be honest, I don't think I've ever watched one of your videos. I go through and give them likes, though. I'll have to actually watch one of these days. Hi, Dash. If it makes you feel better, Robin, I'm always nervous right before I stream and everything too, so I'm gonna go in with the Prussian blue and I'm just gonna lay this just kind of randomly. And this part here is kind of bugging me. I got some of it on my flower petals, so I'm gonna just use my eraser to kind of get that off if I can. There we go. So I think for the most part, I'm going to use the Prussian blue in around the flowers to kind of create a shadow. Again, we're not worried about the dragonfly's wings. Yeah, that's why I haven't really watched them. I like to support and leave likes though, but I'm very picky when it comes to books. I read Lisa Jackson and that's about it. My mom told me that I'm not getting any more Lisa Jackson books until she reads them, because I get the ones that she buys after she reads them, then she hands them on to me to read. But she reads like 6 or 7 different authors, so she told me that I'm not getting any more books till she finishes reading them, so I can either be patient and wait or start reading some other people too. So I'm going to try a few other authors that she reads. Can't really name any of them. I think one is like J.D. Roberts or something. She's like really into, oh, V.C. Andrews is another one she reads. So she's really into like the mystery ones and stuff. It's kind of up my alley. I'm gonna make some areas really dark and then fade it out. Pretty much like closest to the flower petals. I don't know. Let's test that out. Put some right there and let's see if we can erase it. Kind of. You can kind of erase them. Not really, apparently. But I was able to erase it off the flower, probably because there was wax underneath. Yeah, Charlotte, I think they're Canadian authors for the most part. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, well, there you go, Robin. There's 2. I absolutely love Lisa Jackson. She is my all-time favorite author. Yeah, I think that's another reason why I haven't actually watched any of Robin's videos yet. It's the enabling aspect of it, and I can barely find time to read these days as it is. I actually did have a little bit of time the other day. I finished a 800-page book in 2 days, so I was pretty proud of myself. So I can't really explain what I'm doing too much with the Neo colors. For the most part, I'm just popping in color here and there. I'm starting with the dark colors to get in my shadows, and then we'll go in with the lighter colors, but yeah, for the most part, I don't really have a rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I kind of want that mottled water effect, so I'm hoping it will work out. Never done it before. Hoping for the best, but who knows. So I think that's about all I'm going to use for the Prussian blue. Oh my goodness, Erica, I don't think I could do that. When I was a teenager, I could, but I did not really go out much. I love being at home, so I would sit at home and read all the time. I could usually finish a book in a day, but these days, just way too much going on. It's just not possible. You definitely should check her out, Charlotte. She's pretty awesome. And it's like one of those books that it's really hard to put down because you have to know what's going on, and it's always an ending that you just don't see coming. But she does mystery, and then she also does a lot of romance books too, which are usually really good. They usually still have a little bit of mystery about them, but that sounds fun, Dash. Kimmy, I agree, you definitely do. I'm going in with the malachite green now. I'm going to blend this into the Prussian blue in some places and then kind of have it on its own in others. Just going to kind of pop it in randomly. And hope for the best. Miss Lilo's moving around, sorry guys. And Stitch still hasn't moved from his chair. Can't really decide where to put these colors. Put a little bit of this one in here maybe. Don't want it to be too dark. I want to be able to save some areas for our jade green. Nope, Dash. Even projects that I don't like, I'll still usually try to see them through because I've actually ended up saving a lot of projects that I didn't like initially that I ended up really liking at the end. So that, and I always kind of see a failed project as a learning lesson, and you learn while trying to save it, and if you can't, you're probably not going to make the same mistake again. So it's kind of my thoughts on it anyways. Now, if it was like a project for like a customer or something, somebody like a painting maybe, then I'd probably toss it. If it was something not too important, then I wouldn't really worry about it too much. Bye, Charlotte, sweetheart. Okay, now going in with the cobalt blue. For the most part, I'm going to try and pop this in alongside where I put the Prussian blue, because this will hopefully help blend the jade green into it. And I'm hoping the malachite green is green enough that the jade green will blend into that on its own. So I'm just going to pop this in randomly as well. Let's see. Trying to keep this whole page in frame is proving to be a little bit more difficult because I'm kind of all over the place. I don't know if you can hear Lilo. Are those birds teasing you? Yeah? Get them. Get them. Oh, her tail is just going. She'd be a bad hunter. She talks too much. Okay, and lastly, the jade green. I'm going to pop this in pretty much everywhere, especially in the areas that we haven't colored, but I'm going to kind of go over some of the areas as well. Might not show up, might lighten up the colors a little bit. We'll see. And then the moment of truth, we'll go in and activate and see how it turned out. It'll either look awesome or it'll look terrible, but trying new things is good. Maybe not on one of your favorite pages, but oh, now Stitch is on the move. Maybe not, just sitting up. Oh, he's out of here. I gotta open the door. There you go, big boy. Go on. Wow, that is beautiful, Dash. I think you should definitely continue with it. Me too, Robin. Okay, so since I haven't done this before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in an area like this, one that's kind of blocked off. That way I can figure out how I want to blend the colors to get the look that I'm kind of seeing in my head. I'm also going to grab my biggest water brush and I'm going to start by pushing these colors into the binding here. And then I'm going to start playing around with them, just kind of moving them around. I don't have too much water on my brush, but just enough. And I don't want to blend them around too much because I don't want to rub the page out. Okay, I actually really like that. I think this background is going to look really pretty. So the next area I'm going to tackle is just this little corner right here. And then maybe this part here. I like working in the areas that are kind of blocked off, that way less to blend in, and then I'll save the area where I really have to blend for last, because that's going to be the hardest area. But these colors actually blend together really nicely, so I don't think it'll be too bad. Okay, I'll tackle this big one here now. So what I'm gonna do, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm gonna start in with the jade green, and I'm gonna start blending that around up top, I think. Trying to be as quick as I can here to try and avoid these lines. It's a little bit tricky blending from the darker areas into the lighter areas, I find. Thank you. I will say that I am happy with it. It's turning out a lot better than I actually thought it would. It's always nice when your coloring turns out better than it does in your head. And I definitely wouldn't use anything like Inktense for this, that's for sure. It would have to be some form of watercolor. I'm going to have to turn the book a little bit here. Just because I don't want to drag too much of the darker colors into our lighter areas, which usually happens if you're working from your darkest into your lightest. So again, as I was saying last time, I always find it a lot easier to blend colors if your water brush or paintbrush is pointing towards the darker areas rather than away from them. Thank you. Actually a little bit worried that we might not be able to finish this today, but I think we should be able to. Thanks, Robin. Kimmy, I guess it just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll just randomly pick a book and a page. Sometimes I will let other people vote. I use Instagram in my story, the poll option a lot of the times for people to help me pick a page. But yeah, for the most part, it just depends on how I'm feeling. I actually forgot about this little corner right here, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of the jade green in there. Okay, there we go. And I absolutely love using watercolors for any kind of water because it just gives me that watered looking effect. You can see it a little bit better if I bring the book closer. Oh, hi, Phoebe. I don't think I said hi to you. Thank you. So now we just need to figure out our color for the dragonflies. Thank you. Jody mentioned purple earlier, which I think would look really good too. So I'm kind of torn between doing them purple or a golden color. Oh, hi, Sammy. Thank you. I hope you're doing well today, beautiful. I have the Kuretake Gansai Tambi paints, Robin. Just thinking just a simple metallic paint from there, and we could call the dragonflies done for the most part, and then just focus on their wings. Oh, purple and gold would be interesting too. I don't know. As you guys can tell, I'm bad at making decisions sometimes. Hi, New Jen. Oh, thank you, Sammy. Hold on 1 second. Do I have it in the description? Yeah, my Snapchat, or no, sorry, not Snapchat. My Instagram name is in the description, although it actually doesn't look like it's right. Here, let me just pop it in chat here. Purple metallic would be beautiful too. I don't think I have any though. Let's see. Yeah, unfortunately I don't. Let's go with purple and gold, I think. So I don't think watercolor goes very well over wax. So what I'm going to do, I think maybe we'll put the purple accents in first. And then maybe, okay, this is going to work out really good. And then we'll go in with the watercolor. So the purple that I want is kind of a lighter purple and a darker purple. So I'm going to grab the lilac, I think. And then for the darker parts, I want violet. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do this yet. I'm going to start with the violet, and I think I'm going to go in just on either side of some of these little bits in here. So the first one, I'm just kind of putting a shadow in. Here, we'll zoom in. I'm going to zoom in on this side so I don't mute anybody. No, I can't do it. Let's go this side. Okay, so I put a shadow on either side of these two here, and then I've left two. And then I've done the same thing on these three, and then I'm going to leave two again. The same thing on these two, leave two. It's just kind of a random pattern here. I think this whole part here, I'm just going to color in with the purple. Hi, Shara. Thanks for joining, sweetheart. I hope you're doing well today. We'll do this bit gold, and then we'll do the head gold as well. So with that, then I'm going to go in with the violet and just really lightly blend into that. And then I'm just going to go back in with the violet just to bring out those purple shadows just a little bit more. Sorry, Kitty just hopped off the shelf, so camera's moving a little bit. Okay, then I'm gonna grab my gold, which just make sure I spray the right gold color here. Yes, I want gold, not bronze. So I'm gonna be using the gold and the silver watercolors. Sorry, just missing my paintbrush here. I'll just use a nail brush. Maybe not. These ones are pretty ratty. Okay. Oops. Dropping things everywhere. Awesome, Kimmy. Thanks, Sammy. Coming from you, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm just using a little tiny brush. I'm going to come in with the metallic color and just pop that in. Now these are pretty opaque paints, so I'm being really, really careful not to go over the black lines. I want them to still be there. That's why I'm using such a tiny little brush. Let's do his little legs metallic as well. Okay, so there's his body. And then I'm going to take a bigger brush. And I'm going to take the silver, the metallic silver color, and I'm going to put this over top of the wings. It's going to be a little bit tricky because we've got watercolor underneath, so I'm going to have to try and avoid hitting that too much, or rubbing it in too much, I should say. But this will give the wings just a slight silver shimmer, and then we can still see the colors underneath. Camera probably can't pick this up yet, but when I'm done you'll be able to see it. Okay, and then we can work on the other one while we wait for that to dry, but I'll show you kind of the effect that we got from that. And I don't know, I might leave it as is, or I might go back over with a white Posca to kind of make all those little lines and stuff stand out a little bit more. I love these paints for wings. There was one other picture that I used this technique on too, but I can't remember what it was now. I don't think it was on stream either, so. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for this guy. I'm not sure if patterns on him is the same, but I'm going to try and make them match as much as I can. So, put shadows in on either side of the first two, skip to shadows in on 3. Skip to shadows in on 2, skip 2, and then shadow the rest of this. I think it's about the same then. Skip that bit, color this bit. Thanks, Erica. Then we're coming in with the lilac, and we'll just color these in. I'm not going super hard, not even burnishing the page, just enough to get that color in there. And then we'll just go back in with our violet and darken up those shadows. And then we'll come back in with our paint if I can find where I put that little paintbrush. Uh-oh. Where? Oh, there it is. Found it. Kitty wants out. Oh, yeah, she's smart. Stitch can't get out by himself. She can. She's a little escape artist, that one. He put her in the closet. It's like one of those closets with the opening doors that kind of concave on themselves. And she can get out of them. So just coming in with our gold paint and touching it in on these little dragonflies. You could also use a metallic gel pen for this, but I guess I'm a little extra. And then we'll go in and do the wings. So what do you guys think? Should we leave the wings as they are, or should we go back in with a Posca pen and white out the lines? I'm kind of torn. I like the subtleness of the wings, but I also feel like it would look really good with some white in there, but I can't make a decision. I've been very anti-decision making lately. Oh, I missed his little arms here. We have determined that is a lie. Oh no, I'm out of tea. I don't know. Well, for now, anyways, I'm going to take a black fine liner and just color in the eyes. The legs stand out a little bit too, maybe. They're kind of a little bit lost in all that pencil. Thanks, Charlotte. Yeah, the water turned out really good. I'm quite happy with it. I think I might leave the wings. But I think what I'm going to do So I'm going to take my black fine liner. And I'm just going to go in along the outside of the wing just to make it stand out. That way the wings aren't completely lost. They're still really subtle. And super careful, this is really tedious. Don't want to go out of the line. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in over top of these lines with my black just really loosely. I want to make these lines stand out. So I really like these wings and I like the subtleness of them, but at the same time I feel like they kind of get a little bit lost in the picture. I don't want to go so bold as to make them white, but I really like how the black is looking on them. Yeah, I like that. Sorry, not very chatty. You really got to concentrate at this. There, I think the difference between those wings and these wings pretty much speaks for itself. It really brings them back out quite a bit, and I'm really liking that. Me too, Jody. I don't want the wings to be lost. Silver actually might have worked pretty good too, but gel pens aren't quite as thin as I would want them. And then, last but not least, we're going to come in and put a little bit of a highlight. Oh, that is way too thick. Okay, I can scratch that off after. I'm going to come in, put a little bit of a highlight in along this dragonfly. Always check your Posca pens first. And then we'll put just a little bit of a highlight in his eye. Maybe let's do just a couple little lines in along some of the lily pads, kind of make it look like they're moving the water a little bit. I'm super upset. I totally missed the originals. I don't know if it aired in Canada or not, but it's not available on Canadian Netflix, and that makes me very sad. But they have a new one that's based on Vampire Diaries as well. It's called Legacies. It seems pretty amazing so far. Share Me Too sometimes, apparently. It's kind of like a hit or miss thing. I don't usually know either, Charlotte. I just kind of put it wherever I feel like, I guess. Speaking of Posca, let's put just a couple little water drop looking things on some of these lily pads. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just drawing a big circle, filling it in a little bit with white to make it look like a bubble, and then just putting some other little dots beside or around it. We'll do one more down here, I think. I hear you there, May. I usually watch it in the evening though, because my cats get closed up in the art room because we bring our dog in. And so I don't usually color in the evening time, so that's when I'll usually watch my shows. Oh. Missed this little guy's eye on this side. And then last thing I'm going to do before we call this page finished is just fix that little bit of Posca I had there. So what I'm going to do is take, well, I was going to take my tweezers, but I don't know where they are. What else will work? Okay, I've got an orange wood stick here, which is like the nail equivalent to a Q-tip. And I'm just going to very carefully scratch away at this paint. It's still a little bit wet. I'm just going to kind of scratch until I get a really thin line. It's muddying up the colors a little bit, but that's okay. Just going to come in with the lilac, place that color back in there, and there we go. It is fixed. Okay, and I think with that we're done. I did play around with the idea of outlining all the flowers in white, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to leave it as is. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the process of this. Hopefully you learned a few techniques. This was kind of a little bit of a experimental page, and I for one think it turned out pretty awesome. Thanks everybody, and thank you guys for joining and helping me make decisions. Definitely could not have done it without you. So that concludes this stream. Gonna go make lunch for my boys and text my mama and see when she's coming with the girls. Maybe squeeze a shower in there too before they get here. Oh, thanks everybody. Me too, Jody, although I'm allergic to dragonflies. They do bite apparently, and they make my hands swell like crazy. I've only ever been bit by one once, and now I stay away from them. Thanks everybody. Thanks again for being here. Maybe next time we'll color this fish page and kind of make them match. I've got a thing with making my pages match. We might do that on stream maybe next year. Okay. Thanks again, guys. Happy early Thanksgiving to everybody celebrating it tomorrow. And I will probably see you Sammy's stream for sure, maybe Kate's if she's streaming in an hour, I'm not sure, but other than that, I hope to see you guys next Monday. Okay, bye!